Every churn prevention, health score, customer success tool, they all kind of fail from the same problem, which is they're not really that useful. They don't really understand the context of which customers might actually be worth reaching out to, which ones actually have a low or high health score based off of not just quantitative data, but qualitative data. They're really all suffering from the same objective. And what's even worse is that they're creating another silo. If they do work, the best case scenario is, in order for me to understand what our customers who might not turn into real customers are suffering from, I have to go to a completely different product that I probably don't even have access to. So we've completely eliminated and solved this problem because BuildBetter is fundamentally built different as the first kind of customer context layer that agents and AI can use to determine really what is a good health score. Now, we still pull in things like quantitative data. So you can get your analytics from Segment or PostHawk or Mixpanel or whatever it might be. You can also get your pricing data and subscription data from Stripe or Salesbricks or wherever it is that you have your subscription data as well. And then you can completely customize how these customers are determined to be healthy or not healthy. Some products, you don't expect them to use it every day. So that really shouldn't impact your health score. But if they've been reaching out to support and sales nonstop complaining, that's a bigger indicator of churn than any quantitative analytic can tell you. So you can see here we have distribution. This can be individual books of businesses, or this can be completely customer company wide for leadership, for example. You can see a score. This is all just mock data in this example. We have ARR, kind of risk factors, and a churn risk. Again, all of this is customizable to depending on what the company and customer needs. We also have a convert section. So depending if you're more PLG or more contract based, you can determine, okay, well, these types of subscriptions we consider a POC, or if they're on a trial or on a free account, they're kind of considered in this, convert trial phase. Or if you're more on enterprise side, you can just determine the first 3 months are a trial, or if they're on a specific contract or plan, they're on a trial. And this can also be book of business. So I can look at qualitatively, even if I have no analytics, to understand out of the ones that I'm tracking, which ones are more or less likely to convert based off of the qualitative understanding of those contracts. Of course, you can see all your contracts in one place. You can filter for it, and we can even sync back to your CRM. So if you have a CRM pipeline, and oftentimes those pipelines are out of date, they're not really up to date because the qualitative data that would inform them moving through a pipeline is just not really easy to use. Now you can use all the BuildBetter data, your calls, your support tickets, all of your qualitative data that we pull out. You can use that to agentically update your pipeline and push it back to those CRM platforms. So if you say, for example, hey, I had a call with this customer and they're considered qualified if they say these specific things like, we're a business that has more than 50 employees, we're working on solving these problems, we're not in the build versus buy category right now, or whatever it might be, you can use that to agentically determine what part of the stage of the pipeline they are and then sync that back to your CRM. So you could use it in BuildBetter, or you can just use your agentic workflows to push that back to your CRM. It's kind of like an auto updating CRM. You also have re-engage and releases. Now I'm going to exit the demo because I really kind of want to show you how these releases work. So for example, we have an RSS feed of our changelog, and we also have our GitHub synced in with BuildBetter. What this means is it will automatically pull all releases in a certain period of time and pull out the things that actually got fixed in that time period. We then automatically, because we have access to all of your customer contacts and all of your customer data that's being processed that you give us access to, it's up to you, we can then process and say, hey, these are actually the customer issues that got pulled out. These are the feature requests, the issues, the improvements, the things that they asked for, the things that are currently broken, whatever it might be. And then we can do a mapping. So here you can see a customer has asked for 37 different things. We've matched that to about 41 different releases that we have, and we have a confidence of about 73%. We can go in here and see all of the things that the customer asked for, log to the signals that we extracted to map it, and then we can draft an email or send a email over Slack or a message over Slack and close the loop. This could also be to team members. If we don't have the customer email or any customer contact, we might have the internal team member of like the CS person or the support or the product person who was talking to them on user research or a sales call and say, hey, you should reach out to them. This is something that we just launched. Here's something that you might want to care about. We draft these emails. You can open them or send them with BuildBetter in Gmail, whatever it might be. And that is the closed the loop experience. This is the only product that we're aware of that has not only the best health tracking out of any system, but it's also the only one that does close the loop with all of your customer knowledge and data and is accessible to the entire organization. You're not making another data silo where someone else on customer success or product teams are like, cool, that might work, but I don't have access to that information. And from a product lens, I can now determine, because this is being saved in the BuildBetter platform, okay, out of the customers who have a low health score, what are they complaining about? Out of the customers who have a high health score, why are they continuing to use our product? These are insights that you could never get because these platforms and products just never talk to each other. Now it's all in one place. You can use it completely in our head product like this, or you can use it via MCP. You can kind of vibe code your own solution on top of it, or just ask Claude or ChatGPT whatever questions you want. This is BuildBetter Success. It is the best success platform for tools. And of course, it's 100% usage-based. So it tends to be dramatically more affordable for the product teams and the success teams to use it. Let me know if you have any questions. This is the demo for success, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.